Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I am running late getting the store open. Well, not really late. I'm pushing my luck. I opened the store, sorry about the darkness. Get the lights turned on. On Sundays, which is when this video is being shot, I open the store at 1 and it's about 8 minutes till. And I'm usually already, for the most part, opened up down here, but I started my new position training as a camera person on the tech team at church today. So it didn't put me late or anything getting home, but I don't quite have that routine down yet, getting back and taking care of the critters, and then had to eat something because I rushed out this morning without eating breakfast, and you know, you gotta eat. But the store's not going to be open that many more Sundays. I've got a few upcoming commitments, different classes that I'm going to start taking at the church, and it's just gonna, we've talked, if you've seen any of the previous videos where I've mentioned that next year we won't be open Sundays at all, except for our heavy flower sale days, Mother's Day weekend, and all that, like when we're selling vegetable plants. But I want my Sundays to be for church and family. But still gotta do some work today. So we'll get this opened, and then I'm not gonna have y'all sitting down here with me with the store open, but I am going to start getting the mums moved up. I've gotten some of them moved up, but as soon as I run up here and grab my water, I'll show y'all why I'm moving the mums up so much earlier than normal. I typically don't move any of them up until they all start opening their blooms, just 1 or 2, just so people know what colors they're getting. But there's another underlying issue this year that is making me want to go ahead and just get them all up to the storefront before they open up. And I will take you down here and show you what those are in just a second. Get back down here, and I'm going to put you on hold for a few minutes so I can get some pictures taken and make my Facebook posts that we are open. But I will bring you right back when I get that done, and then I'll show you why I'm kind of being forced to get the mums up. Not forced, it's my choice, but why I'm planning on moving them up here and choosing to hand water them all versus leaving them down on the drip system. So I'll bring you right back, friends. All right, y'all, I've got the store opened up, all my signs up, so we're good to go. Okay, normally I'll wait to bring the mums up until, you know, as you can see, they start opening some blooms, just so people know what they're buying. It's one thing to be able to say, okay, this is a pink or a yellow or a white, but there are so many different kinds of mum variations out there that, you know, one shade of pink or one shade of yellow might differ from the next. But let me come down here and show you what I've been dealing with when I talk about inconsistent watering. Really is the issue that I've been having. And you might think that even with the inconsistent watering of the drip system, that it might seem better than hand watering 300 mums. But at this point, we're wasting water watering them down here. Let me show you. I think I turned off that last row. Well, I don't need to turn it. Well, yeah, I will. Sorry, I'm like a squirrel in traffic today. Okay, so turn the water on there, and as you can see, it leaks like crazy out of here, which that in itself Not really an issue when it comes to watering the mums, just costs us a little bit more on our water bill. But I come down here and it would work out a lot better if this was flat ground, but since, you know, since it goes down like it does, I don't know if it's because of the pressure of the water, since I only run one line at a time. I don't need to do that one. I think this one was leaking too. But obviously, since it goes downhill, if I have them all running at once, the last row is going to get the majority of the water. And I've done that and come back 20-30 minutes later when I've had them all going, and it's like the top row hasn't been watered at all, completely bone dry. But this is the issue that I'm having. Well, that something just popped out. Okay. Where they're springing leaks here in this main line. And if it was the beginning of the season, I would fix that, or I would have Dirk fix that. But this being this late, there's no sense in getting that involved in it. I wouldn't have been having them down here to water for much longer anyway. But that's just kind of where I'm at with that. I noticed last night when I came back in between rows, you know, I'd have whichever row on for 20 minutes straight, 20-25 minutes. And some of the mums would be really heavy, you know, having gotten a lot of water. And then others, I would lift them and it felt like they didn't get any at all, even though their little spigot was working. So last night I started down at the very last row, and I took all the mums that I'm going to sell out of that row, because some of them are just kind of really puny compared to the other ones. I may end up donating those, or we may end up planting them ourselves. We don't ever really have luck getting mums to come back. Mums are annuals, but there are hardy mum varieties. So even though they're annuals and they're not supposed to come back every year, the hardy ones have a chance of coming back under the right conditions. And I think because we usually wait until we're done selling to plant any of our own, I think it's too late in the year, and you know, whatever. But that's going to be my task today, is just getting the mums up here. It's a really hot one today. It was in the 80s last week, which was wonderful, the mid 80s. And then today, I think the high is close to 95, something like that. Luckily, there's a nice breeze, but with it being that hot, I'm probably going to be fighting the GoPro battery overheating. But I'll have mums on the spools, on the table. I'm thinking about having them on the glider because it's pretty heavy and awkward for me to move on my own. And obviously, we make use of these tables and have them completely maxed out. It's going to be interesting because these mums are bigger than the ones we've grown in the past. So we'll see just how much space I end up needing to take up with them. I might not be able to fit as many on the tables as normal. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go through here on these rows, and I'll put y'all in some time lapse so I don't bore you to death. But I'm going to take the spigots out of each of the mums and go ahead and get that taken care of. That way I'm not trying to pull up mums and getting caught on the tubes and everything like that. But you're probably going to lose me several different times, but you know, we'll get through it. There's no real easy, convenient, fast way for me to get these mums up here other than carrying, you know, 2 to 3 at a time. But this is what I have to do every year. It's just part of it. And normally I do stagger getting them up there, like I said, but we are going to be donating 8 or 10 or something like that to the Celebrating the Harvest fall meet and greet, November 4th, Scottsburg. This time. So I'll end up leaving those down here attached, so I will still water those each day. but I'll have them set up on this front line all the way at the bottom, so they're going to be getting the full force of the water. And instead of having the water on for 25 minutes and maybe not getting much of anything, they'll get a good watering within only 5-10 minutes. But I don't know how much fun this is going to be, but let's have some fun. It was thrilling. I'll have some sore legs after today, all the squatting. But one thing that I've noticed is the plants, the mums that are on the tables up there that I hand watered last night, they're all still pretty heavy. You can tell they've still got some water in them. They don't need watered right away. The ones in this row, aside from the ones at the very end that get the brunt of all the water when it's turned on, every one of these is super light, like they didn't get a bunch of water last night. And that's why I like to be able to control with the hose just how much I put into each pot. When they're up there, it takes just a few seconds per pot. I mean, and it's good and watered. And I know, I'm confident that it's got enough to get it through until the next day's watering. Down here, losing that confidence right now. And again, that's why I'm doing this in this heat. It might seem silly, and you know, you never know. Get them up there, might produce some more sales. People seeing how many options they have to choose from. But yeah, so I got this whole first row done. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting them moved up there. I don't really have a good way to get y'all set up on time lapse of me doing that. Since this greenhouse is here, you'd be cut out of the shot, or I'd be cut out of the shot for the majority of it. I'm gonna get that first row moved up here and then bring you back and see what we're looking like on space, and we will go from there, friends. All right, y'all. Pardon me if I look like I'm wilting, but it is hot out today. I got the first row done, and as you can see by just a quick look, I'm quickly running out of real estate. But that's not going to stop me from succeeding in my original plan. I've got plenty of options to use when it comes to more table setup. And these aren't fully maxed out yet, but yep, the first row is done, except for some that I'm keeping. Like I said, I'm raising those up for November. Hopefully they'll still look good. I tried to get ones over there that haven't even started popping open their blooms yet. Yeah, I got a lot more mums to move, y'all. A lot more. It's taken me a while. Probably between the last little clip, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes has gone by, but I'm taking a lot of breaks, getting up on the porch out of the sun, drinking a lot of water, slow sips. Don't need it coming back up. But already some of these mums are wilting. They're pretty dramatic if you've not raised mums or if you've not grown mums before. If they need water, they'll let you know. And then as soon as they get some good water, they perk back up again. But I'm gonna move on to the next two rows. Like I said, that back row, I think everything that I've decided to sell, I've already took up yesterday. But I'm gonna get these moved up, and then I will bring you back, and essentially I'll be showing you the finished product at that point, how I have my setup. And obviously, since a lot of these aren't bloomed open yet, I'll probably be doing a lot of rearranging. I like to have the colors all mixed in together. I don't like keeping them, you know, all yellows here, all pinks there. But I'm gonna get the GoPro back out of the sun and get back to it, y'all. So I'll bring you back. Well, sometimes things just happen to work out for a reason. I decided to go ahead and turn on the water to water these mums down at the end. And I have not shut off, I've not turned off all the valves, but I don't know if it was just still too much pressure just being sent down to those few. But I turned it on, and then we have this issue. Coming right out of there. And I don't know how to remedy that. So I'm gonna turn off the water, and it looks like the donation mums are just gonna have to be hand watered each day as well. No big deal. I can easily get the hose stretched, or one of the hoses stretched to that end, and we'll just use the faucet that's over there, so this won't be an issue. But maybe it would have done that if I hadn't, you know, closed up a bunch of them. Maybe it wouldn't have, but to me that's just a sign that I'm doing the right thing, you know. I would have hated to come out one evening after I'd had the water on for 30 minutes and realize that had been leaking that bad for that long. But, whew, I'm out of breath, y'all. It is hot. Hot, hot. Okay, so restart that plan again. I'm still going to continue what I've been doing. Slowly making progress. And now I'll really bring you back when it's the finished product. All right, friends. I am super sweaty and super smelly, but they're all up here. All the ones that are for sale and that are not going to be donated, or the ones that aren't super puny. I got them all up here. Had to use our produce table and get a makeshift table thrown up. But y'all, these are gonna look so pretty when they all start opening together. And hopefully next week when we get back down into the mid-80s, hopefully they'll really start popping open. Mums are not a huge fan of heat. They do a lot better when it's cooler out. But I normally don't like to water these while the store's open, in case someone does come and buy them. I don't want to send them off super soaked and dripping wet, but some of these guys need it pretty bad, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the hose out. And it's pretty warm out here, so that I think that some of the water, at least, they'll soak it up pretty quickly, and hopefully it won't cause any issues for anybody wanting to buy them. But thank you for tagging along. I'm sorry, my brain's kind of lagging now. I'm happy having them all up here. Like I said, I've got maybe 15, 20 down there that we're going to be donating, that I'll just take the hose down and hand water. But I mean, hand watering them up here as it is, I mean, honestly, it'll take me maybe 20 minutes, 25 at the max. And I was doing 20, 25 minutes per row with the drip system, and they still weren't getting good and watered. Papa Bear's already said he's gonna pretty well completely redo that for next year, to make it more better, as our friend Ross the Oliver Man likes to say. But thank you for tagging along. I'm gonna go ahead and call this one a wrap. I'm gonna get them watered and then get out of the shade or out of the sun for a while. Sit down for a while. I feel like my body's telling me that's a wise move. But as always, friends, we appreciate you watching. Hit that like, subscribe if you want to see more from us. Like we said, we're not slowing down anytime soon. We're still planning on pumping out a video every day. It's just, you know. Okay, definite brain lag now. So with that, y'all, it's a wrap. Like we like to say here on Mama Bear's Homestead and More, keep on keeping on, friends, because we love every one of you.